She was beat. They saw her body. She didn't just die in a tub, like she was beat.
Jaguar Wright reveals how Diddy and Clive K1LLED Whitney Houston Yule. I swear Jaguar Wright has her foot on Diddy's neck, and she is not letting go anytime soon because she is determined to see the end of Diddy this time. She's bringing some strong evidence to show that Diddy and Clive Davis allegedly teamed up to unalive Whitney Houston. She is on a mission to prove that Whitney's death was not an accident, and she is now pushing for the police to reopen the investigation. Chile, this is some crazy butt. Sinus and Jaguar is not here to play. I swear Jaguar is putting her back into exposing every last detail about Diddy and Chile. At this point, she probably has enough tea and dirt on Diddy to write an entire book, and the crazy part of it is that Diddy, as well as other people in the entertainment industry, have spent years trying to sabotage Jaguar and make it seem like she's making things up for clout because she's jealous of them. They've called her jealous, mean-spirited, blah, blah, blah. But nobody has ever filed a lawsuit against her or taken other legal steps against her. I mean, sure, there were threats of lawsuits, but nobody ever went through with them. And that was the first sign that Jaguar was onto something that the rest of us didn't know about. But then it all blew up in their faces, because everything Jaguar said started coming true. Especially for Diddy last year, Jaguar spoke about how weird it was that everybody at Uptown Records had either passed away or almost passed away, except Diddy. Yeah.
Uptown Records started with 5 people. Andre Harrell, I'll Be Sure, Heavy D, and Puffy. And Kim was the longest working employee because she was there from the very beginning. She was Andre's personal assistant. Kim is dead. Heavy D is dead. Andre Harrell is dead. The only 2 left are Puffy and Al almost died. Isn't that interesting? Heavy D was found dead, face down in the heart attack. Andre Harrell, heart attack. Kim died from pneumonia, but there's the first coroner's report that said that she died. It was ruled a homicide, and they found toxins in her body to prove that she had been poisoned. You know, they have poisons that create heart attack and pneumonia-like symptoms.
She also revealed that Diddy and Pastor T.D. Jakes were involved in some weird kind of gay relationship.
You want to know what they all had in common, though? The survivors and the late of Uptown Records, they were all writing tell-all books. Andre was writing a book right before he died. Heavy D was working on a book before he died. Kim Porter was working on a book before she died. And I'll Be Sure was working on the documentary of his life. And then he goes into a coma.
She also made comments about how Did was a mean guy who often put hands on other people, especially women, including the women he had dated. She talked about how he would hurt his girlfriends and baby mamas, how he put his hands on them and left them with bruises and scars on their body. Yes, of course. Diddy claimed that she was making things up because he had a booming career, and she didn't, and blah, blah, blah. And at the time, people kind of believed him because the allegations that she made were just too wild and crazy to think that they could even be true. I mean, Diddy literally refers to himself as Brother Love and does all that stuff about spreading love and positivity. Well, Cassie's lawsuit quickly changed everything, and we started seeing the dark side of Diddy that he had managed to hide for about 30 years. The things she revealed in the lawsuit were plain horrifying, and Diddy's public image has taken a big hit since then. She revealed some truly horrifying stuff, like the part where she said that Diddy saw Miss Ventura in her own home after she tried to leave him off and punched, beat, kicked, and stomped on Ventura, resulting in bruises, burst lips, black eyes, and bleeding, forced Mrs. Ventura to engage in intimate acts with male SSWS while getting off on it, and filming the encounters, demanded that Ventura to carry his firearm in her purse just to make her uncomfortable and demonstrate how dangerous he is, and introduce Miss Venta to a life still of excessive alcohol and substance abuse. And Diddy required her to procure illicit prescriptions to satisfy his own addictions. The lawsuit also confirmed a lot of things that Jaguar has been telling us about Diddy and the things he has been doing in secret. And girl, we owe Jaguar a big apology, cuz she was telling the truth all along, and it's now clear that the reason DIY went above and beyond to prove her wrong is that she was telling the truth and he didn't want her exposed in his secrets. And y'all can trust Jaguar to come with more tea to pill on Diddy, and like I said, she is keeping her foot on his neck, and this time she is exposing him for allegedly taking out Whitney Houston. Well, he didn't do it alone, because he allegedly did it alongside Clive Davis. But before we get into the whole thing about how Diddy allegedly helped Clive get away with murder, can we take a moment to talk about why he would even do that in the first place? Well, according to some people, this would be because Clive gave Diddy his first big break in Hollywood. Ide has always acknowledged Clive, and in 2019, after he won the Grammy Icon Award, he said, "Clive Davis and Arista Records gave me a chance when I was starting Bad Boy Records. He was one of the first industry executives to really believe in me. I'm forever grateful for him." But it's a long jump from being grateful to him for giving him a start to helping him cover up a murder. So what else was going on that we didn't know about? Well, according to some reports, this is because Diddy was Clive's boy toy theft. Era reports that Clive allegedly SAP a both Diddy and Diddy's first mentor Andre Harold, and that's the reason that he helped Diddy start his record label Bad Boy Records. And if you think about it, Clive backing Diddy to start Bad Boy Records didn't make a whole lot of sense at the time to start with. Diddy didn't really have a lot of experience in the industry at the time, because he had only been an intern for Andre Harold for 3 years, so it's crazy that he went straight from being an intern owning his label. There's also the fact that Diddy had gotten fired by Andre a couple of months before starting the label. He had organized a music fest that went sideways and led to the deaths of 9 people. It was a pure nightmare, and it was weird that Clive would need to sink money into Diddy so quickly after that disaster. Plus, there's also the fact that he fired Andre and funded Diddy himself. Even weirder is the fact that Clive himself has revealed that he had no interest or hope in Bad Boy Records, and the only reason he invested in it was because of Diddy. He said, "Sean Combs convinced me that Top 40 was going to embrace hip-hop. It seems so unlikely then, when he played me Craig Ma's 1994 hit Flava and Yeah, and Notorious B.I.G. material when he was totally unknown." This 22-year-old guy was seeing clearly how music was changing. Yeah, this didn't make all that much sense, but according to Jaguar, it's because Clive allegedly used to say Andre, who in turn allegedly groomed Diddy.